What we can do is clean that up the best we can. If we have anything you want to spray on there before we do it, you can. But basically what would happen, you would come in here and you would know that that repair was there. You could pull out this vent. You could shove oil in there, undercoating in there, whatever you want in there, so you know it goes down in there, and undercoats. If you do not know about undercoating, undercoating takes off and it kind of creeps everywhere. So when you're, you know, when you do a rust repair like this, you come in here and you spray your undercoating. Obviously it's going to come down here because I can see. You spray your undercoating in from here, or you drill a hole somewhere, and then you would undercoat all that in there. If you do not realize, when he strips the paint off this sill and strips all the paint off of this, you must realize that the inside of the car looks like that. So for him to, it's okay, you know, to think about it for a second. If you strip the paint off this and you repaint that, the inside looks like that. So for me to repair it and it still looks like that in the inside, it's just as good as that. If you know, does that make sense? Like I can't, you'd have to disassemble the whole truck to do that sort of stuff. I try to explain that to people, but sometimes they don't get it. Let's blow that out. All right. It looks in real good shape anyways. You can see all the seams and that stuff. It looks good. Do you have a spray bomb of any sort at all? Like nothing at all? Okay. So what would happen is the undercoating is going to be done after the vehicle's done. This is the piece that we have. This truck looks in really good shape, you know, for what it is. This is the piece that we have. Let's transfer it onto a piece of metal. Do you have a blowgun at all? Like a blowgun I can hook in there and just keep blowing? No. Nothing like that at all? We'll be fine. We'll be fine. So I'm just going to take this piece of metal here and just transfer it onto this metal. And we have a really, that's really thick. Whoa, that's thick. Not big enough. Have anything thinner than this at all? We kind of got like a plate going on there, but hey, it's not going to go anywhere. So we'll just trace it on here until see if he got something else. So I always go to a straight edge if I'm doing this sort of stuff. What's that? Flip it around this piece. Yeah, we're just kind of a little small. I guess it's close. Beggars can't be choosers, is what you're telling me?
Yeah. Yep.
Good. So I'm just going to try to find the straightest edge here and try to get it rocking and rolling. You can see the round piece I have got going on here. Let's do this. See how that's got a shape to it there?
Yep.
Let's do it. Let's trace this bottom off. Now, you must realize that, or I don't know if you realize or not, but that black mark is bigger than the pattern that we have because it's on the outside of what I'm doing.
Correct.
Okay, yeah, you understand that. Just going to push it down here. Got my straight line there. Now I'm going to try to roll that down where it was. Just trying to get the okay, I'm going to go with it. Just kind of use that as the pattern. I'm going to zip cut this off. I'll bring it over. We got some heavy gauge, but that's fine. On this side, I feel like I can cut the line. On this one, I feel I can cut the line, but that one there, I'm going to probably leave the line just because it had that roll up a little bit.
Yep.
And if, once I roll it up, I might need
It'll
some
shrink a little bit. Yep.
Jolie looks amazing today. She woke up at 7 looking like a 10. She's my lovely lady. Don't you look at her. I'm just joking, I'm just joking. I'm just joking. I'm going to get the pattern back because I don't know which way I had it. What I usually say is, back off, boy, she's mine.